You know what they say, there are absolutely no dumb questions. However, if you've ever asked a question in a cruise Facebook group, you know that some of the responses might just be pretty brutal. But in this video, I'm going to share with you the answers to the rookie cruise questions that you might just be too embarrassed to ask. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you are a first-time cruiser, this video is for you. And if you're not a first-time cruiser, you were once, so stick around and perhaps you can either have a little bit of a laugh or you can help by leaving a comment below. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most common and sometimes uncommon first-time cruiser questions that I have seen. I even screenshot many of them that people ask on social media underneath my cruise YouTube videos, and some of the answers might seem obvious if you've cruised before, but if you are a new cruiser, you can't know what you don't know. Now I'm going to go through these rapid fire style, but before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Oh my gosh, this dress is driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to put a little tack here before I do bring it on my upcoming cruise. But in any case, the first cruise question that might seem a little bit dumb, but it's not a dumb question at all. It is, on disembarkation day, can I just stay on board the cruise ship because I have a late flight? Is there somewhere I could maybe store my luggage if I'm not ready to get off? So no, unfortunately, it's very different from a hotel. That way you cannot stay on board the cruise ship, even if you have a flight later on that day. The cruise line actually has to make sure that all of the passengers do get off. They have to get to passenger 0 before they let the new cruise passengers on. Now, just to let you know, there are some alternatives, including taking a cruise line excursion on the last day of your cruise, where they will store your luggage for you on the coach bus during that time. Is the main dining room included on our cruise? Yes, the main dining room is included. A lot of times first-time cruisers think that it's only the buffet that is included. However, there is the main dining room. There's also oftentimes casual food options, including pizza or other snacks that are available poolside, even burgers. In some cases, there is room service that is included. You do have to check by the cruise line. Nowadays, not every cruise line does include this, but there are definitely a lot of options. Please let me know if this has ever happened to you on a first cruise. If you didn't realize that some of the food was included, please let me know down in the comments below. Is a coffee and tea included on a cruise? Now, this can get a little bit confusing because if you do go to the cruise ship cafe, where oftentimes the food and the treats and the different things, those are included or free, but the specialty coffee or the specialty tea does have an additional charge when you do get it at the cafe. However, if you do get coffee up at the buffet, then that is included. Now, still talking about food, and then we will be moving on. Is the food included when you go to one of the cruise ship private islands? So yes, one of the nice things about the cruise ship private islands is that there really is a lot included. You don't even have to do an excursion if you don't want to. You're going to have your lounge chairs, you're going to have access to the beach. All of that is included. And at the same time, there's going to be either a beach barbecue or other different venues where you can eat for free or included on the cruise ship private island. Okay, now this next one is a really big concern and even a worry for many first-time cruisers. Can I go overboard on a cruise? Can I fall over the balcony railing? So understandably, this is a concern. We definitely hear about cases, especially over the last few years. However, when you consider the fact that thousands and thousands and thousands of people cruise every year, we still only have a few cases. That being said, how does that happen? Well, you really would have to make an effort to be able to fall over your railing. I've had a balcony. The railing for me, I'm pretty short, but it goes up probably close to my shoulder, maybe my underarm. It really is a very high railing. However, there are people that unfortunately try to unalive themselves. That actually does happen, very sadly. And there are other times that people climb on a balcony, and you know the way gravity works, you can either fall inside the cruise ship or outside the cruise ship. So obviously this is something to never do, but if you don't do that, you're not going to fall off the cruise ship. Can I make phone calls from a cruise ship, especially if I have an international plan? So pretty much no. There are a couple of different plans available. So I do have an entire video all about cruise ship Wi-Fi and internet, and I do go into the different plans in that video. But basically, on the most part, really no. You want to put your phone in airplane mode. There are Wi-Fi packages that you can purchase if you like, and that is the best way to be able to use the internet when you're on the cruise ship. Otherwise, because you are in international waters, most of the time the plans that we have will actually not cover the time that we're on cruise ships, and you could end up with a massive, huge bill. Is the water safe to drink on a cruise ship? Yes. Cruise ships actually have their very own water filtration plant on a cruise ship, and the water is safe to drink. You could drink the water from the water stations, for instance, at the buffet, or sometimes there are water refill stations where you can actually fill your refillable bottle, or even a better idea is just take a fresh cup and then fill your refillable water bottle. And as well, there are on the cruise ships, something I like to do is actually just pick up water bottles or cans instead if I have a drink package, and then I store those in my cabin in case I do get a little bit thirsty and I don't really feel like drinking the water from the tap, but you can because it is safe. Do I have to share my bathroom with other cruise passengers? So no, you don't have to share your bathroom with other cruise passengers. After all, this is not a youth hostel. Instead, in your cabin, you are going to have a bathroom. Although the bathroom is going to be on the small side, expect a pretty small shower, but you are going to have your own. Is there a TV in the cabins, and will I be able to watch all of the same shows that I watch at home? So yes, there's a TV, but TV is very different on a cruise ship, so you'll find that the channels are going to be very limited. What is a guarantee cabin, and is it bad? Now, a guarantee cabin just means that rather than you choosing your own cabin, the cruise line is going to choose your cabin for you. And oftentimes, a guarantee cabin is going to be less expensive than a cabin that you choose on your own. However, you are going to have a guarantee that you are going to get the cabin category of your choice. So for instance, interior, ocean view, balcony, you're going to get that cabin category or above by the cruise line. Now, is it bad? Not necessarily. It doesn't mean that you're getting the worst cabin on the cruise ship, but it does mean that perhaps somebody canceled and their cabin is now open, and cruise lines are able to put you in that. Now, by the way, for anybody who's booked a guarantee cabin in the past, I know a lot of people have some anxieties about this, so please let us know about your experiences down in the comments below. What are Pullman beds? Now, if you are in a cabin where you have 3 or 4 people, or even sometimes 5 people in a cabin, there's a good chance that you are going to come across Pullman beds. And basically what this is a bunk bed that comes out of the ceiling or comes out of the wall to accommodate more than 2 passengers. Now, sometimes you might have a sofa bed in a cabin, but Pullman beds are not uncommon as they do make good use of the small cabin space. What happens if my cruise ship is overbooked or over 100% capacity? Now, just something to know is that cruise ships often sail over 100% capacity. 100% capacity generally means that the ship is full based on double occupancy per cabin. However, cruise ships can accommodate 3 and 4 in some cabins, so there is leeway, and sometimes that can go up to an additional 1,000 passengers. So don't stress out if you hear that a cruise ship is booked to 105 or 106% capacity. That is pretty common on cruise ships that are sailing even during the holiday season or when kids are out of school. Now, if a cruise ship is actually overbooked, which does happen sometimes, what will happen is they'll send out move over offers. Now, I've actually received a couple of these over the years, and the offer is usually, can you move to another cruise ship cabin? So maybe from a balcony to an inside cabin, and then they'll actually give you the entire cruise for free, and even sometimes they'll give an additional onboard credit. Other times they'll ask you to move to a completely different sailing, and again, the cruise might be free, there might be additional offers. You don't have to panic if you get one of these. It doesn't mean you're kicked off the cruise ship, because there are going to be some people that want this move over offer. Most of the time, this is not a problem at all. Now, I have a couple more sensible questions, and then I do have a couple silly questions that we do sometimes hear. So, are there hair dryers on cruise ships and in the cabins? Yes, there are hair dryers. You can expect that the hair dryers are going to be a similar quality to that you have at a hotel. Do I need to bring my own towel on a cruise? No, you do not need to bring your own towel. The cruise line will give you towels for both in your cabin to use for the shower and that kind of thing, but you'll also have towels to be able to use at the pool and even on excursions when you get off the cruise ship. The only thing that you have to remember is to bring them back. Okay, so here's a couple of silly questions that apparently crew say that they have heard in the past. So one of them is, do crew sleep on board? Yes. Crew sleep on board. The crew actually sleep down at the bottom decks. You wouldn't actually see those decks because they're not open to the public. But of course, the crew do sleep on board. How does the microwave work in a cabin? Well, if you know, you know there is no microwave in a cruise ship cabin, but there is a safe. So that special code, well, that is the safe, and of course, not a microwave. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If you're a first-time cruiser and there are some questions that I didn't answer in this video, please do leave them down in the comments below, and perhaps we'll make a part 2. And if you've gone on a cruise, if you've had some different things that were complete surprises to you on your first cruise, please let me know down in the comments below as well. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.